Okechukwu, please just say there is a massive problem in Biafra land. Anyway, my wonderful people, this message where I bring come now, waiting the talk here is going to open everybody's eyes. In fact, this is the end of the road for Nigerian government, as this Biafran brave guy is a kind of opening every shocking secret. In fact, this video is a must watch. I don't care the interpretation you will give to this message, but I tell you for free of charge that this is the kind of message that any hand that touches share must surely receive the reward not too long, because this is a vital message, a vital information to where we are going. So please, I will urge each and every one of us to try as much as you can to make sure that this message goes viral. I beg you, in the name of anything you believe on, please share this message. What this guy is saying here is truth and nothing but the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is not suffering today because he is fighting for Biafra. He is suffering today because he opened the eyes of the international communities on the agenda of Fulani militia, jihadists, Islamization, and every agenda that they come to that Nigeria with. If you listen to really more, he keep making references to the words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you listen to Ted Cruz, they keep making references on the words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his warnings, his prophecies, and his predictions. If you listen to Mike Arnold, the ex-US mayor, he keep making references, even while addressing the congressmen and women. So Nnamdi Kanu today is not suffering because he's fighting for Biafra. He's suffering today because he opened the eyes of the international community to know the agenda of this Islamic, these Fulanese, cabals, and whatever they may call them. So this thing that this guy is saying here is 1,000,000% right and truth. There's no, in fact, there's nothing to add and there's nothing to subtract. Let us continue listening to this message, and then we will come back to discuss more from the comment section. Oya, regardez.
Everybody pretty much has heard about it. The Christian genocide that is taking place in Nigeria. It is unlike anything you've ever seen in your entire life. You know, most of the time when I see people report on this thing, I begin to imagine, I wish that these guys are on ground in Nigeria to actually see the magnitude of what is going on. I've seen a bunch of Western journalists saying that from 2009, about 50,000 plus people or Christians have been killed. And I laugh. It is now 50,000 plus. We are getting close to 150,000. When Bill Maher made his video, I think he made mention of 125,000 or something like that. But I can tell you we are getting close to 150,000. This is a massive genocide against Christians taking place in Nigeria. The same Nigeria where we have.
This number he is mentioning is recorded once. What about our brothers and sisters, our youths, that is missing every blessed day in their numbers in Biafra land? Nobody is taking record of the buying that is going on in Biafra land. This 150 whatever is documented once. The ones with evidence. There is killings. A masterclass killings going on in Biafra territory right at this moment by Nigerian government.
The largest number of churches found anywhere on the continent of Africa, if not even in the world. The same Nigeria where we have the biggest churches found anywhere in the world. And yet, stuff like this is happening. And not even a lot of the preachers are coming out to speak up, to fight this evil. Other than just a few, a handful. The rest are quiet. Because they have a lot of other interests behind the scene. It might be tribalistic, it might be political, it might be anything. But for that reason, They are all silent, quiet, as Christians are being massacred in their numbers. We're talking thousands. Can you imagine that between January and March of 2026 alone, close to 3,000 have been killed already? Imagine if they follow up at this pace, how many they would have killed by December of 2026. Whole villages are being overrun. Whole villages, Christian villages, they are overrun. They kill the man, kill them instantly. They abduct hundreds of their women and they forcefully convert them to Islam. And they still demand ransom over those ones they kidnap. And even when ransom is paid, most of them are killed. The ones that are not killed are converted and then turned into breeding machines for terrorists. And the little girls are married off to terrorists in the camp. They turn them to wives by force and they're breeding for them. Stuff you would have watched in a horror movie. It's happening in Nigeria. Little boys are radicalized and turned against their own people as terrorists. Scanner PDF. The terrorists.
Nigeria, as I keep saying it, is a crime against humanity. A crime against humanity.
Can you guess? Oh yeah, a slap on the wrist. Yes. Nigeria has a program they started since the time of former President Muhammadu Buhari. It's called Operation Safe Corridor, also known as the Repentant Terrorist Program, where terrorists who kill, who maim, who decapitate, who amputate, who disembowel pregnant women, pull out their babies and slaughter and cut the babies in pieces, who kidnap Christians in their hundreds and kill nearly all of them, all the time. There is not a day that passes that we don't hear of brutal killing of Christians in large numbers. But this so-called Repentant Terrorist Program is a program that enables the Nigerian government to go out there and pull these terrorists from their killing fields and tell them, you have been pardoned. We want to take you to a place where you'll be rehabilitated. They take them to a cozy complex, a beautiful place where they are received on red carpet and given everything that they need. Everything, 3 square meals, clothing, food, shelter, everything in the world. Make them so happy, make them feel so good. People who just came from killing, who in the first place violated the territorial integrity of Nigeria and killed their way into these Christian villages. This is how Nigeria receives them, giving them a pardon that they didn't even ask for. So they take them there, and after 2 or 3 months, the next thing we'll hear is, oh, now Nigeria is, look, these 700, 800 or 900 guys have just repented. They are no longer terrorists. This has been happening since 2015, non-stop. And this current administration in Nigeria has continued it. Just a few days ago, about 744 have just been approved as people who have been rehabilitated, reintegrated into the Nigerian system. Killers! And when they are reintegrated, I actually have a problem with that term.
You know, one thing that surprises me is when this kind of message is being preached out there, you will still find some idiots that will support this program. You will still find them. That is one thing that surprises me, and one thing that got me annoyed. If they're talking about this tonight, to you, you don't feel like it don't concern you. They're talking about human being that these guys are unaliving on daily basis. After doing that, you then organize. If you see how they sew better agbada for them with caps, and they'll be paying them salaries, allowances for killing the citizen that the government is supposed to protect. Because it never happened to you. That was why if you see this message, you cannot share it. We are talking about human beings. Where is our moral as a living being? Taking life you cannot create. This is unacceptable. It is unbelievable.
Reintegrated, because reintegrated means they came from there, but 90-something% of these guys are foreign fighters, terrorists from other countries in Africa. These are mercenaries that have a history of being used by Nigerian previous regimes, authoritarian regimes, to cause trouble in Nigeria and to kill Christians like they did during the Biafra War. Most of the guys who fought during the Biafra War, who killed our brothers and sisters in Asaba, were from Chad and different African countries. These are the same people who are now coming into Nigeria, but this time around, because of the re-engineered Islamization program they have, which I believe is actually a genius program, they can now come to kill and then stay officially to become Nigerian citizens after killing. So they have just been reintegrated into the Nigerian system, and they are free to join the military. They are free to join the police. They are free to join the customs service, to join immigration, to become civil servants, to be anything they want to be, to even become politicians and become presidents of Nigeria. Killers. Not just killers, but genocidal murderers who slaughter like they are making sacrifices to a devil, which is their father. These are the people we are begging with pardon, telling them to come. You give them such beautiful treatment, in such cozy places, and then you tell us you've reintegrated them into the system. And from every indication, and we all have the proofs, these guys, there is no atom of repentance in them. They are still loyal to their commanders in the bush. They still hold them in very high esteem. And then how can you tell me that these guys, when they join the army, that they will not be sabotaging the combat efforts of the real Nigerian soldiers? Have we not seen Nigerian soldiers breaking with the tradition of their force, of their work, breaking with tradition to make videos? And complain that repentant Boko Haram members are being allowed to join their ranks, and that these guys are the reason the army is being sabotaged almost on weekly basis. Look at the rate at which the real soldiers of the Nigerian army are being massacred by terrorists. We just lost a brigadier general recently, and he died 1 week after another general was killed. And the other general that was killed with 50 soldiers at once. And this is how they die. 10, 20, 50, 100 soldiers, real soldiers. And you are busy asking Igbo people and other people to come and join the army. Soldiers, your own soldiers, Nigeria, your soldiers are making videos, social media, saying that Boko Haram members, so-called repentant, are being allowed to join. You wonder why every time a military outpost is overrun in Nigeria. You wonder why every time you hear that this army barracks has just been overrun, they killed, they chased everybody away, and they collected all the weapons. So you beg America, ask America for weapons to fight terrorists. You ask Europe for weapons to fight terrorists. But after receiving the weapons, you stockpile them somewhere where the terrorists will come and pick them up. They chase our men out, overrun the place, the base, and take the weapons. So basically, Nigeria is literally funding and equipping the enemy that has come to kill Nigerians. On what basis do you, Nigeria, deserve to receive weapons to fight against terrorists when the terrorists don't have to face any consequences for their actions? When all they get for their brutal murder of Christians, on a large scale, is just a slap on the wrist. We have also seen soldiers who make videos. These videos are all over on social media saying that, look, every time they saw terrorists in the forest or anywhere and they want to shoot, the moment they call for order to shoot, the commanders will say, don't engage, don't shoot. Please, someone explain. I mean, sometimes I feel like, am I on a different planet or something? I mean, what's going on? So a soldier has been given a weapon of war to go and fight against terrorists and kill them, because the only instinct the terrorist has is to kill, to destroy, to maim. The terrorist doesn't have to ask any commander if they should engage a Nigerian military officer they find in the forest. They kill you instantly without having to take permission from anyone. They see Christians that are worshiping, they overrun the church, they take everyone, and they kill as many as they can. They don't have to seek permission to do that. But when Nigerian soldiers see terrorists to kill, they will now be seeking permission, which is an anomaly in and of itself. On top of that, they will now be told that they should do. On what basis on earth should they be told if there is no conspiracy somewhere to kill all of us and convert Nigeria to a full-blown Muslim nation?
That is what they want to do. My brother, your message is very, very clear. It is as clear as ice block. It is as clear, in fact, it is crystal clear. The most painful part of all these things, they will still tell you they spend money in doing all these things. After losing all your men to these miscreants, then you will beg them to come out simply because you want them to replace the important men you have lost in the army. That is the strategy these people are using to reduce the number of the youths who are supposed to be in that military. But some people don't know. In case you don't know, let me open your eyes and tell you their strategy. We keep on crying, we keep on shouting, we keep on lamenting, we keep on bringing informations. Deal with it whatever you may choose to. But informations, we must bring it to you. The system they are using in getting these guys into the military, into top echelon of the military, is sending the youth of different regions, most especially the westerners, the south, and the southeast, to Sambisa Forest, so that they will be reducing these numbers. When they reduce them, you will not have, if they call for redeployment or whatever, or recruitment, you will not have anybody to bring. And the more they buy your people, the more they buy the real soldiers, the more they integrate the main terrorists into the military and police. A time shall come when if you go anywhere, I repeat, anywhere in Nigeria, if care is not taken, they may even intrude into Biafra land. There's no any police or military or even navy that is not going to be a Fulani man. And that is what they are trying to do. If they succeed in doing this, then forget about it. Everything is over. But I know the gods of the Biafrans will never allow us to be put to shame. Yes, we have passed this level before and we succeed. So what do you think? I mean, how do you think that we cannot succeed this time around? But anyway, sometimes you begin to doubt with the caliber of people we have in our midst today. A lot of people have compromised. And that's the more reason why you see some regions don't they see us finish. Because that thing that makes us wise men from the east, they are not seeing it anymore. They are not seeing it anymore. But no matter how you take it, yes, my people, now hear me go take back break. I'm signing out. If you like, share the message. If you don't like, don't share it. It's up to you. I cannot by force you to do what your mind does not tell you to do. But if you touch your mind, let this message